right, Jen. I wanted to start off today's show by talking about this news story. I didn't know anything about this. This just came across my feed a couple hours ago because I've just been so busy working on so much stuff. But apparently everyone's mad at Anthony Mackie, Chad. Oh, they're very mad at Captain America right now based on some things that he said. And he has since made some clarifications in regards to some of the things that he said. I'm going to read this article, and I want to share my thoughts. And I also want to talk about and explain the character of Captain America because, to be completely honest, I feel like there's some morons who don't understand Captain America. Steve Rogers, Sam Wilson, Bucky Barnes, there's some people out there that they just have never truly understood the character of Captain America and have completely misunderstood adaptations of that character. Mostly because they are idiots or they have ulterior motives and they're trying to promote their warped vision and version of Cap. But I digress. Let's go ahead and start reading this. Captain America Brave New World star Anthony Mackie caught backlash for a comment he made about the Marvel superhero while promoting the film in Italy. The actor is now taken to social media to clean up the remarks about the beloved character. Let me be clear about this. I'm a proud American, and taking the shield of a hero like Cap is the honor of a lifetime, Mackie said in a post shared on Instagram stories. I have the utmost respect for those who serve and have served our country. He continued, Cap has universal characteristics that all people over the world can relate to, right? And you're thinking like, okay, what the hell is he talking about? Well, here you go. While promoting the superhero film in Rome, Mackie said that America was not a term that Captain America represented. To me, Captain America represents a lot of different things. I don't think the term America should be one of those representations. Mackie said in a clip that went viral on social media, it's about a man who keeps his word, who has honor, dignity, and integrity, someone who is trustworthy and dependable. And, going to go into the, Captain America, Brave New World and everything like that. And just, the adaptations, obviously, of Chris Evans playing Steve Rogers, and which led to, great success. I would say that the Captain America movie, certainly when it comes to Winter Soldier and Civil War, and then later on seeing the character featured in Infinity War and Endgame, I really like how the Russos and their various collaborators and writers have written the character over time throughout the MCU. I think they did a fantastic job adapting the character. Of course, the shield was passed down to Sam Wilson, who, at least for right now, will be Captain America. We'll see if that will change in the future. But everyone's getting upset. Everyone's mad about what Anthony Mackie said. And a lot of people are saying, like, oh, he's saying that Captain America doesn't represent America. Like, that's what he's basically saying, and that he's taken the America out of Captain America. And so I just want to make this very clear because I think a lot of people, first of all, just misunderstand Captain America as a character, right? Captain America is the ideal, right, that America should strive to be because he is a kind, honest, loyal, and incredible individual in the comics, right? He's not a bootlicker. He's not someone who just follows, the American government at their, beck and call constantly. He's not a sycophant. He's his own man. He's what America should strive to be. The best of it. That's what he represents. And, the country and the people that are in control of it, they so often fail because they have ulterior motives, because they don't want to adhere or strive towards his ideals, whether it's Steve Rogers, whether it's Sam Wilson, or whether it's Bucky Barnes. But there's been this pervasive idea. It's been around for years. It's been around for decades now. Captain America is this jingoistic character that's, hoorah, and it's like America, that's the law of the land, of earth, and everything. It's like that. He's not that character. He's really never been that character. And I feel like what they only see when they look at Captain America is the red, blue, and white. They look at the uniform, but they don't look at the man underneath it. Like, Captain America, the uniform doesn't make Steve Rogers great. Steve Rogers or Sam Wilson or Bucky Barnes, they're the people that make Captain America great. You know, he's a hero. Yeah, yes, he is America in the name, but he's a hero for all people, for all good, kind, honest, hardworking people that just want to live a normal life. And he wants to take down those who are oppressive, those who are dishonest, who are liars and schemers and sycophants, you know, truly despicable and weak men, individuals. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are willfully misinterpreting what Anthony Mackie is saying. This feels like just a natural continuation of the character of Captain America in the MCU. Because if you think that like Chris Evans, Steve Rogers was this American, I mean, so many of the movies were about him going up against the bureaucracy, the typical status quo. There's people that abuse the systems in place, to abuse their. I mean, that's so much of what Winter Soldier was about and Civil War was about, and continued on into the various Avenger films. I mean, all of his appearances really throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And people are just, what's happening is you have a lot of people that are invested in the downfall, I think, of Marvel, of this take on Captain America, you know, and a variety of other things. And they just don't like the fact that a black guy is playing Captain America. And so they are laser focused, and they want to dissect every single word, right down to the letter, right down to the punctuation of what he's saying, even though what he's saying, it's not controversial, and it's pretty much in lock and step with what Captain America has been for years, for decades. So it is not a big deal what he said, and I didn't feel like he needed to clarify at all. But you know, they're looking to push back at, you know, every single turn. But I really don't think this was a big deal in any capacity. Just the usual suspects were upset, quote unquote, and not really upset. They're just capitalizing on this for their own self-interest, monetary interest, and thinking like, I can't wait to dissect what this black guy just said. He's not my Captain America. Un-Captain America, like in whatever term that they're going to use. And so that's what it is. It's just a part of the grift. It's just a joke, in my opinion. So I wanted to just cover that. I wanted to speak on it because it came across my feed, and really it just sticks in my craw that you have so many people that misrepresent what Captain America is and has always been. And people that think like, oh, he represents just America blatantly. It's like, that's not true. He represents what America should strive to be, because Steve and Sam and Bucky, they are the ideal, right? America should work towards to be an amazing person like Captain America. What about you guys? How do you feel about this? I'm very curious. Nerdy news with Chris. Nerdy news. I like that. Very nice. Star Spangling. Oh, let's see here. Hail Hydra. Yeah, the thing is, those guys are actually saying Hail Hydra. Yeah, those grifter types. This is good, but Chris, dare I say, woke? It's so woke. Oh, it's woke. Oh, man. I think they get a dime every time they say woke, I imagine so. Deadpool, Captain America doesn't represent a place or a people. He represents the ideals that the idea of America strive for: truth, liberty, equality, justice, and democracy. We are and can be so much more. Great. Very well said. Very well said. Very succinct and very well said. I like that. The same Fox News grift, Dean Cain spouts off whenever Superman does something. I know. Exactly. It's like that man never understood Superman in any capacity. Those grift books, they are. They are very tempting. They are extremely tempting. You can make a lot of money. Just, doing that every single day. It's absolutely true. It's a fucking fact. And it's just kind of sad. It's kind of sad, but there's a huge audience. There's a huge angry audience for him, and people love to be mad. They love to stay mad. They love to be angry. Capitalize off of that anger because people aren't really thinking straight. Yeah. So I don't want to focus on it for too long, but I just wanted to mention it because I think it was worth stating. It was worth expressing. Not my opinion. It's not my opinion. It's just a fucking fact. That's what Captain America has always been. Okay? It's what he's always been. So, you know. Oh, I know. All those people. Jack Kirby would hate those folks. Mm-hmm. No doubt. Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. But happy to bring it up. Happy to talk about it. Happy to set the record straight. That's what I'm here to do. Cut through all the lies and all the bullshit and all the grifting and tell it to you like it is. There you go. My last point, what it boils down to, there's a colored playing a character who threatens my wife. That's also true. They just don't like that. That sticks in their craw. It's like, this fucking black guy is going to be Captain America. That's what, they just don't like that. They don't like that. And so, yeah, they're going to laser focus on everything that he says and misinterpret it, reinterpret it to fit whatever narrative they're spewing, promoting, you know, through their content. So I'm happy to call them out. We'll see. Really hoping, and that's the thing is too. Like, listen, yeah, that's the one thing I should state right here. I don't know about the new Captain America movie. I hope it's good, but I'm not really excited for it. And hear all the behind the scenes stuff, how they basically reshot the entire film and then did additional reshoots, and it's just like, oh, man, it's especially after how great, especially the last two Captain America movies were. Like, you know, the first Avenger, I think, is fun. There's things I love about that movie. I love Chris Evans and his performance and how they handled Cap. I think he did a great job. Haley Atwell's really good. But there's just certain things and aesthetics that I didn't like how the action was shot at all in the movie. But Winter Soldier and Civil War were just, I mean, there's a reason why those movies are looked at as some of the best MCU movies, some of the best superhero films of all time. Winter Soldier, for me, is still my absolute favorite Marvel movie. It's so goddamn good. And I love Civil War as well. And then obviously what they continued on with the character in Infinity War and Endgame. I loved how they handled Cap. I loved how there was so much focus on him. It was tremendous. You know, I've always talked about how I don't like how Joss Whedon wrote Captain America in Avengers, because and certainly in the case of the first movie, but also in Age of Ultron, because he kind of wrote him as that, shucks, I don't understand anything. It's just like, there's only one God, ma'am, and it's not him. It's not that guy in the green cape. It's like, what are we doing? like that's not, it's always felt weird. Like, that version of Captain America's like, language? Like, I know it's a joke and it's funny and everything, but it's just like, that's the one inconsistent thing with how Cap was presented in the MCU was in those first two Avengers movies, because in all the other films he's written incredibly well, in my opinion. So I feel like there's this idea that Cap is this kind of God-fearing, jingoistic, hard-lined character, and he's just not that. He hasn't been that. I feel like, again, people are not looking past. They just see the costume. They just see the costume and they assume, like, well, he represents whatever is going on currently in America right now. That's Captain America. It's like, no, no. So, it's good to bring up, though. It's definitely good to bring up. But in any case, you know, I hope the movie's great. Like, I don't know if it's gonna do well at the box office, because I think what the budget is bumped to like $400 million. So making a profit's unlikely. But you know, we'll see. But I hope it's good. I really do hope it's good. Yeah, because it's of its legacy. Oh yeah, and those grifters do go away of the box office. Oh, 100%. Well, or when the lion's share of when the majority of people are like really enjoying something. Like, look at X-Men 97. You know, which of course came out last year. It was one of my favorite shows of last year. It was an incredible legacy sequel to the original X-Men cartoons. And all those usual suspects, they were out in full force. I think they saw the first couple episodes, and they were saying, you know, it's woke. The X-Men were never, you know, about diversity and gay rights and shit. It's hilarious to say. And then everyone else started watching the show, and everyone loved it. Everyone loved it, especially by episode 5. And all those usual people, they all shut the fuck up. And they just stopped. They didn't continue reviewing. They just stopped talking about it, right? Because so many people were loving the series. And that's what happens, So there's that as well. Oh, Lordy. But yeah, we'll see. We'll never see.